Okay, once we finished our model, we constructed the model, we want to have orthographic views of the same model. So the first thing we need to do, we need to open a template file that we have created for this purpose, and this is located on the canvas. If you log into Canvas and you go to module, and under the module you're going to see there's a page for template, and open that template page. The first thing you need to do, this is only for first time, you need to save this to your local drive, and once you save him, and you will have access to that, and you open on Inventor, and as soon as you open, save this. Again, this is only one time. Save as template, copy, save copy as template, and it's going to prompt you where you want to save. Automatically goes to the template directory on the Inventor, and make sure you go to English subdirectory and save as Engineering 2 template and English. We will have another one for metric later. So this is Engineering 2 template English, and save. Once you save, you close this particular file that is open. You don't need to save this one. Say no to that question, and then you're ready to lay out your views for this model. We start with the new, and we select, we choose the tab that says create from list of templates. Make sure you create that on the new template that you just saved under the Engineering 2 template English 2, create. And again, notice that this one shows on the directory because you saved it there. And now it's going to prompt you for some information for the title block, and type the scale for this 1 to 1 for this particular case, sometimes maybe scale 1 to 2, or any scale that particular drawing requires. And then project number for this one, if that's the 9A or 9B, you type that, and then enter your name on that tab for your full name, and make sure your names are in capital letter, at least the first letter is capital, and okay to that question. So ignore that error, and you have your title block. Now you're ready to lay out your views. Go to the base. The base is the first view comes in, as usually front view if is correct view selected on the XY plane, and now move that to the proper location. In this case, maybe lower left corner, because we are using the third angle projection method. Remember, third angle projection method requires that front on top is top and projected from the front, and the right side view projected from front again. And now we can project another isometric view as well. That one, then left click and create. If you miss that part, you can always repeat this operation, go into project and project from the front view. And then you may want to change the scale of the isometric. Isometric doesn't have to be the same scale as orthographics. You can have different scale for isometric to fit properly on the paper. You can change that to smaller scale, such as 2/3 or half. In this case, maybe 2/3 would be a good option, and so you change that. And now almost done, and we can have maybe isometric to be shaded. Again, make sure that you never shade the orthographic views. Isometric can be shaded for presentation purposes, but orthographic always has to be plain, because these are the detailed drawings. We need to add dimensions later and other information for the drawing documentation. So and shading is not proper for orthographic views. And now we add other notes that necessary. In this case, we are not adding dimensions yet. The following chapters we will do later on dimensions. At this time, you just want to add, again, make sure you save your work. Again, usually keep the same name. In this case, the same name, retainer clip for this file. And then we want to measure maybe mass or other information you want to add the mass properties. In this case, there's no material assigned at this time. You may want to do that, assign a material. In this case, maybe stainless steel if it's assigned, or any other materials that its project calls for. Once you select your material, calculate the mass, and then get the information. As in this case, we pick the stainless steel, or you want to come back to do that later, you can do that, and you can copy and paste the mass from that section there. So maybe we want to cancel at this time. We go back to add the text, and this happens so often. We type the text and we haven't done the mass property yet, or we haven't assigned the material. We want to come back to modify the text. We could do that too. So let's go type something on this title block. Information we want to give right now is just the material. As I mentioned, we don't need to dimension at this time. So location of the text depends on where the proper would be. In this case, maybe we have some space there. We type and we type the material. We specify what material is. Again, remember, I'm just having your PDF file on these. I don't have access to your model, so you need to give the information on this paper correctly. Whatever your mass property is, your material that you choose to use. So in this case, mass is equal to whatever the number that would be. You type it there. In this case, probably it's going to be pound by default, because the English system's mass unit is pound. We can always change those units as we need. So we want to go back to physical and copy and paste the mass information based on stainless steel material. Okay, in this case we use the Control-C to copy and go back to the drawing and click on that text that you already typed and type that information on the mass. And that pretty much concludes our drawing layout. And make sure you save your work, and again, go to the file and export as a PDF and submit your PDF file.